Welcome to the AESL podcast, the podcast made just for you, the American English learner. Whether you're a beginner finding your voice or an advanced learner polishing your skills, this is your space to listen, learn, and grow. Each episode, we explore the sounds, words, grammar, culture, and conversations that make American English come alive, so you can speak with confidence in school, at work, and in everyday life. Together, we're going to make American English feel natural, clear, and within your reach. So grab your notebook, open your ears, and get ready to level up your English. This is the AESL podcast. Let's learn together. Chapter 10. Speaking with confidence in American English. Key vocabulary. Fluency. The ability to communicate in a language smoothly, at a natural pace, and without excessive hesitation, regardless of accuracy. The goal of conversation practice is fluency, so teachers usually refrain from interrupting to correct grammar during speaking activities. Accuracy. The degree to which a speaker's language conforms to the grammatical, lexical, and phonological rules of the target language. Academic and formal professional contexts typically require a higher degree of accuracy than casual social conversations. Discourse competence. The ability to organize language into cohesive stretches of speech or text beyond the sentence level. Learners who have developed discourse competence can tell a story with a beginning, middle, and end, and can maintain a topic across several conversational turns. Pragmatic competence. The ability to use language appropriately in social context, including understanding how to be polite, formal, indirect, or humorous as the situation demands. Pragmatic competence allows a learner to understand that "could you possibly pass the salt?" is a request, not a question about physical ability. Communication strategies. Techniques speakers use to compensate for gaps in their language knowledge, such as paraphrasing, asking for repetition, or using approximate terms. When she could not remember the word wrench, she used a communication strategy and said, "The tool you use to turn a bolt." Feature article. Speaking is the language skill that most learners most urgently want to develop and that most powerfully determines how others perceive them. The ability to express oneself clearly, appropriately, and confidently in spoken American English opens doors in virtually every domain of life, from the workplace to the classroom, from healthcare interactions to social friendships. Yet speaking is also the skill that generates the most anxiety because it occurs in real time in public with immediate social consequences. Understanding the nature of spoken language is the first step toward developing effective speaking instruction. Spoken English is fundamentally different from written English. It is spontaneous, interactive, and subject to constant real-time negotiation between speakers. It is full of features that would be considered errors in writing: incomplete sentences, repetitions, false starts, contractions, ellipsis, but that are entirely natural and appropriate in speech. Learners who approach spoken English through the lens of written language correctness often become so focused on accuracy that their communication breaks down. Developing tolerance for imperfection is a non-negotiable component of oral fluency. Effective speaking instruction builds on the distinction between controlled and free production. In controlled practice activities, learners produce specific language forms in a structured context, repeating dialogues, completing sentence patterns, or responding to cued questions. These activities build automaticity in high-frequency expressions and grammatical patterns. In free production activities, role plays, debates, interviews, storytelling, and open-ended discussions, learners draw on their full linguistic resources to communicate their own ideas in an unscripted context. Both types are necessary. Neither is sufficient alone. Pragmatic competence, knowing not just what to say but how to say it appropriately in different social contexts, is an often neglected dimension of speaking instruction. American communicative norms include many features that differ significantly from the conventions of other cultures. The expectation of direct eye contact, the use of first names across hierarchical relationships, the preference for relatively direct communication, the role of small talk in relationship building, and the complex etiquette of disagreement and refusal. Learners who are unaware of these conventions may come across as rude, cold, or submissive even when their grammatical English is impeccable. 5 practical tips. 1. Speak English every day, even if it is just to yourself. Narrate your activities, describe what you see, or rehearse conversations you are planning to have. 2. Find a language exchange partner, a native English speaker who wants to learn your language, and meet regularly for conversation practice that benefits you both. 3. Record a short video of yourself speaking English on a topic you know well and review it for specific features you want to improve: pronunciation, vocabulary variety, fluency, or organization. 4. Study and practice American small talk conventions, whether weekends, sports, local events, since the ability to engage in friendly informal conversation is essential for building relationships. 5. When you do not know a word, use a circumlocution strategy to describe what you mean rather than stopping entirely. Keeping the conversation going is almost always more important than finding the exact term. Thank you for spending time with us today. Every minute you listen, every word you learn, and every sentence you practice brings you one step closer to your American English goals. If today's episode helped you, please share it with a friend, a classmate, or anyone who is on their English learning journey, because learning is always better together. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and leave us a review. We love hearing from our listeners around the world. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember, fluency is not a destination. It's a journey, and you are already on your way. Until next time, This is the ESL podcast. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.